We're coming up now to autumn, and I wrote this some time ago, and I think I'll stick with doing a little bit of prose. The reaping and storage of crops such as wheat, barley and corn and hay have almost over, leaving the fields looking barren and brown, and in some cases the stubble from the cutting of crops is all that remains. Summer now is all but over. Autumn is almost here, with the leaves on the deciduous trees gradually turning from green to gold, or green to crimson, red, yellow. Presently they'll all be the same brown colour. Finally they've become brittle and frail, and the ground and fall to the ground by the soft, cool autumn breeze or driving rain. Wet leaves landing on walkways, pavements and grasses become a mush underfoot and cause us to slip and slide, finding the wet, soggy brown mush a right devil to brush away, and we wish we'd swept them away when they were dry. At last the migrating birds have flown from our shores, and summer has almost gone. Soon the clocks will change as winter creeps nearer and nearer. Thank you. When I was in hospital, I got thinking about what's going to happen to me if the unfortunate thing it went the right way, but if it'd gone the other way, I think I wondered what I would do. So I wrote this as a sort of parting gesture, if you like. Heading for the scrapyard in the sky, having done my 3-score year and 10 plus some, every year from now on is a bonus. Science tells us that matter cannot be created or destroyed, it simply changes its form. So what's in store for us? Once we've shifted off our mortal coil, what form does it take? Free spirits or mortal molecules? Are they good ones or bad ones? Perhaps we join our forebears in the sky. With millions upon trillions of us, what are there to be found? Causing us to give mayhem on earth? Moving clouds around in the sky? What noise we have when we wake at night, in the middle of the night, we hear a spirit playing games. Is that our forebears playing with us in this way? World above might be quite a fun place, moving white fluffy clouds on a clear summer's day, suddenly merging into a dark veil of black, turning the sky at midday into a dark mass. Forces of power and spirits cause sandstorms, high winds, unexplained happenings, which baffle us below. Is this our supernatural world created by our forebears? It makes me think, and maybe you too as well. Thank you. Now, if I may, I'll go back to what I was doing before, and I'll try and do a better recitation of this one. Nancy Bell. It was on the shores that round our coast, from Deal to Ramsgate span, that I found alone on a piece of stone an elderly naval man. His hair was weedy, his beard was long, and weedy and long was he, and I heard this wight on the shore recite in a singular minor key. Oh, I am a cook and a captain bold and the mate of the Nancy brig, a boatswain tight and a midshipmite and the crew of the captain's jig. Dear. His hair was weedy. Wait a minute, what have I done? Start again. It was on the shores that round our coast, from Deal to Ramsgate span, that I found alone on a piece of stone an elderly naval man. His hair was weedy, his beard was long, and weedy and long was he. I heard this wight on the shore recite in a singular minor key. Oh, I am a cook and a captain bold and the mate of the Nancy brig, a boatswain tight and a midshipmite and the crew of the captain's jig. He shook his fists and tore his hair till I really felt afraid, for I couldn't help thinking the man had been drinking, and so I simply said, Oh, elderly man, it is little I know of duties of men of the sea, but I'll eat my hand if I understand how you could possibly be at once a cook and a captain bold and the mate of the Nancy brig, a boatswain tight and a midshipmite and the crew of the captain's jig. and he gave a hitch to his trousers, which is a trick all seamen learn, and having got rid of a thumping quid, he spun this painful yarn. It was in the good ship Nancy Bell we sailed to the Indian Sea, and there on a reef we came to grief, which has often occurred to me, and pretty nigh all the crew was drowned. There were 77 old souls, but only 10 of the Nancy men adhere to the master role. There was me and the cook and the captain bold and the mate of the Nancy brig, a boatswain tight and a midshipmite and the crew of the captain's gig. For a month we didn't want neither victuals nor drink, till hungry we did feel. So we drawed a lot, and according shot, bang, the captain for our meal. The next lot fell to the Nancy's mate, a delicate dish he made. Then our appetite with the midshipmite, we 7 survivors stayed. Then we murdered the boatswain tight, and he much resembled pig. Then we whittled free to the cook and me on the crew of the captain's gig, till only me and the cook was left, and a delicate question, which of us two goes to the kettle arose, and we argued it out as such. I'll be et if you dines off me, says Tom. Yes, says I, then you'll be. I'm boiled if I die, my friend, quoth I, and exactly so quoth he. Dear James, to murder me were a foolish thing to do. But don't you see you can't cook me? Well, I can, and I will cook you. So he boils the water and takes the salt and pepper in portions true, which he'd never forgot. Which he never forgot, with some shallots and sage and parsley too. Come here, says he, with a proper pride, which his smiling features tell. It'll soothing be if you let me see how extremely nice you smell. And he stirred it around and around and around, and sniffed at the foaming froth. When I ups with his heels, and I smothered his squeals in the scum of the boiling broth. Well, I ate that cook in a week or less, and while I was eating the last of his chops, why, I almost drops, for a vessel in sights I see. So I never laugh or smile, I never lark or play, but I sit alone on a croak of a joke, which is here with me to stay. Oh, I am a cook and a captain bold and the mate of the Nancy brig, a boatswain tight and a midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was absolutely superb, Chris. God, that was so good. Chris, you know, you're getting better, your voice gets better and better and better.
Thank you.
I think we all agree, yeah?
Yeah.
Definitely, brilliant.
Well, I'm doing this again next Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I'm actually in Hertford Folk Club doing this for real as part of a group. So
It'll be brilliant, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Okay.